Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie, and welcome to part 2 of using Midnight Skies Bargain Bead box. We made this component last night on our tutorial Tuesday. It's kind of a celestial galaxy type component that we did with wire and wire wrapping. And today I wanted to finish this necklace off by using some Softflex. I'm going to be using some medium black onyx color Softflex. I've got 2 pieces here cut into 12 inches for each side of the necklace, and I've already laid out my beads how I want them. I have a lobster claw clasp here and a soldered jump ring to close the necklace with, and of course I have the wonderful crimps from Softflex. I can't say enough about these. These are the only crimps I use. I think they're excellent and they really do the job. And if you have their magical crimping tool, you can also make these look like a little bead. So otherwise, but you can also use crimp covers. So what I thought tonight is I would kind of talk you through my thought here. I did want to mirror what we did in the piece by picking up a lot of the same beads and doing a little bit of an order, which I've got laid out down here for each side. And I am picking up quite a few of the beads from the box, as well as some things that I picked up. And then I want to do another fun technique with the wire to kind of mimic this swirly part that we did down here. I really like that. And I've used that technique before in other necklaces, so I will show you that once I get to it. So what I was thinking about right now is what order I want to do this in. And I think I want to do the larger beads towards the bottom and then graduate to maybe just a few beads at the top. So I'm actually going to change my arrangement a little bit. As I was laying this out, I had a thought about the wire. You'll see in a minute why. So I'll do one side, and then we'll do the other side. But it's a pretty fun little technique that I've used in a couple of necklaces. I don't know that I've actually showed it on this channel. I don't think that I have, but I think I have showed it in a finished jewelry design, one of my finished jewelry updates. So I'm going to take my first piece of Softflex. Again, this is the medium black onyx. And I am going to start, I think, on this side of the pendant. And remember that we made wrapped loops so that we could just go ahead and add beading wire. So I'm going to do that now with just a crimp bead. And I'm just going to attach it to the back here, so we can start stringing. And I'll probably use some crimp covers later, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to crimp and move on. You don't want your wires to cross when you're crimping. And you do want to have that little horseshoe shape, for those of you who are new. And then you fold it over like this, and then you press. So it's kind of a little 3-step for those new folks. I know there were some people that joined the Facebook group that are just starting out making jewelry. So I want to make sure, even though most of us have done this, some of us have not, or not done it enough. So I want to make sure that I go over some of these things as I'm making the jewelry. Now, I do give myself some room for this to move around so we don't have it totally stiff. And then we're just going to start stringing. So once I get to a certain point, I'm going to make my wire component. So I'm just going to follow my pattern here until I get to a certain point, and then we'll do that technique that I was mentioning. I've done it on a few items, and I really do like it. And I was thinking too, once you see what I'm talking about, we're going to do some earrings with it next. So I'm just basically stringing just like I have laid out on the board. Also, let me know in the comments. I bought some white. This is felt. I felt like the bead mats, although they're nice, you know, they all come in different colors. And I wanted the colors to look more true since we're talking about colors so much. So I think this white makes the colors make more sense. I hope it does anyway. So I bought a bunch of felt and cut them out, or my mom did actually help me cut them out to fit my bead boards so that we have a more true representation of the colors. Okay, so we're gonna stop here, and then we're gonna make this component I was talking about. So let me slide this down here so you can see it. I am going to take a pen. I know, fancy tool, right? And I'm going to take some 20 gauge wire, and we're going to make kind of a spiral bead, if that makes any sense. I'm going to take a lot of this because I don't want to run out. So about that much. And I'm going to warm this a little with my fingers. I'm doing that off camera, but I'm just basically sliding my thumb and my finger along the wire. Then we're going to take our, then I want to cut this in half. So this is about 14 inches of wire. I want 2 of these and I want them to match, so I'm going to do them at the same time. I'm just going to make this, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want to cut this in half now. Okay. All right. So we'll do them at the same time. We'll have one for one side and one for the other. And, wow, that one's a lot shorter than that one. Hang on just a second. Again, you're not going for perfection right now. You just want these to be even, whatever size you make them. Boy, that does not want to cut. There we go. Okay, so once you've got them, and you've got them pretty much warmed, you're going to grab your pen. And this is helpful to have the little, this little guy right here kind of help you. And you're just going to take both pieces and you're going to make a spiral. And I think 4 or 5 would be good. We're going to check in a minute. Just hold on to it for a minute. And then you're going to pull it off your pen. And everybody's thinking, what are you doing? You'll see in a minute. If I can get it off here now. Me and my brilliant ideas. There we go. This little rubber part was gripping. Okay, so now we have 2 of these guys, if I can disentangle them. All right, so now we got spirals like this. See that? So my idea, let me move these guys out of the way. That's going to be on our next. Now I have to remember what I was going to do. I think I was going to do this. Okay. So this little part right here, I was going to have floating in the middle of this. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to make a loop at this end. Is that sharp? Yes, it is. I'm going to get rid of the sharp end. And I'm going to take my round nose and I'm going to make a loop at this end. Just in the same direction that the spiral is going. And I'm going to make it small. Okay, just like this. See that? So now we're going to slide it on like a bead. And we're going to make sure that it's going through all these little spirals. You could add things to these spirals too, like we did on the component. Just like that. And now we're going to bead. So I'm going to take a spacer bead. And like I said, you can make this as long and short as you want. In fact, I may have to add some beads. I don't know. We'll see. Just be careful. You're just going to float them in the middle there. See that? And I'm hitting my camera because I'm so close. So sorry. And you just want to take your time. So I think I am going to add a few more beads. Let me add another one of these. I need it to, maybe not that. Let me think here. Oh, these little bumpy guys look kind of sparkly. Let's do one of those. I hadn't really measured this out, so that's fun. A couple more of these. Oops. All right, now we're going to make our, let's see. Is that going to be long enough? I think so. So we're going to make our other little loop. We're going to do the same thing we did on the top. And the 20 gauge is forgiving enough that if you have to kind of move it around, you can. You know, just kind of pull it if it needs to be a little bit longer. And then we're going to continue beading our other side here. And I wanted to keep that simple. I'm using these druzy beads that came in the box. And I love these little English cut looking faceted crystals. And that's our one side. Pretty cool. So now I'm going to add my lobster claw so nothing goes flying. Again, I'm going to give myself extra room. You could add chain too if you want this to be longer. I think I did, what, 14 inches of Softflex. And then this piece is pretty long, so this necklace should fit most folks. But if you want it long, add some, you can add chain here and then, or an extender. And that way it's adjustable. So I'm just going to crimp again. Again, we want our little horseshoe look. Then we're going to go up a notch. Squeeze it shut. And trim our edge. And there is one side with our little swirly fun thing. Or, I don't know what you call that, a spiral bead. So now we're going to do the other side. So let's grab our other piece. Now here I'm going to attach to my spiral. And that's why I had it there. Oh. Yeah, that's the way we want to do it. So you just want a little extra wire, so in case you have to adjust a few things, depending on how you made your components to attach everything, I am going to have to use a little bit more wire on this side with this spiral. But I'm pretty sure I used enough wire that it's fine. Now that didn't crimp so well. Let me see if I can. Well, that's okay. I just want to make sure it's secure. It's not the neatest, but I am going to cover this with crimp covers. Now, like I said, if you have the magical crimper tool, it makes it look like a little bead. And it's really, really pretty. All right. But I do recommend the Softflex for sure. All right. So now we're going to do this side. If I can get my fingers to work, my goodness. I did a lot of typing today, so I think my hands are fatigued. I have to put a lot of notes on things in my day job, so a lot of typing. All right. Let's see. I do like these little star shape spacers. They kind of pick up the whole star theme, the whole celestial galaxy theme that we have going here. And I think we're ready for our spiral. So let's see. I think I'm going to pull that out just a little bit. We're going to make our loop right on the end there. We'll string that on. And the beads on either side should anchor it. So once it's on there, it's a pretty cool little illusion, I think. And I think it'll make some really cute earrings. We're going to do that next. Not on this video, but next video for sure. We'll make some companion earrings. Let me coax this bead down here. There we go. And then we need, let's see, we got 3 bicones. We'll slide those in there. Then we have a blue star. And then we're going to add, I like these. These are navy blue, some of those bumpy beads that have the little facets. Very celestial looking. Then I'm going to add another one of these stars that came in the box with the iridescence on them. I also want to play with this labradite, so next project we'll be using labradite for sure. And thank you, whoever, I'm trying to remember, several of you told me Chatoyancy is the name of the that flash that's in the labradite. Thank you. I couldn't remember that. I had heard that before, but in my video last night, I was remiss in remembering. So I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for reminding me and letting me know. Always want to make sure I'm learning and using the right, giving you the right information and using the right terminology, of course. I think I said labradescence. I don't know if that's really a word. But anyway, chatoyancy is what I should have said. All right. So now we're going to be, we may have to scooch this a little just so it fits. And we're going to do our other little loop. Very nice. And then this bead should anchor. You know, you could even, now that I think about it, come in with your flat nose and make this a little flatter so that it sits on the bead a little nicer. And that way you don't have that gap. There we go. Almost looks like a little halo for the bead. Oops. Close quarters. All right. Some more of this gorgeous druzy. I love this so much. That blue is a gorgeous color. I really do love that. All right. And then we'll add our, this turned out to be pretty fancy. Let me just scoot this down so I know I'm making it even. Get these little guys out of the way. Okay. This is a soldered ring, so I don't have to worry about the Softflex coming loose off of it. Okay. Move this guy out of the way. I just want to make sure I have them even. They're never going to be perfect, but you just want to be as close as possible. That is not a good crimp bead. And I know that's got to be... I hope I didn't mix some bad ones in with my stash. I had some I had to get rid of. There we go. Just needed folded over. I had some that I had to get rid of. So if you have crimp beads that you've purchased, you know, and they were, you know, not very expensive, but if you notice that they're disintegrating when you're putting your necklaces together, don't keep those. They're not worth it. It's worth it to invest, especially crimp beads and findings. Try to get the ones that, you know, are made well. That's not an area I would scrimp. You can always get, you know, buy beads at a discount and things like that, but your findings are very important. So here we go. Let me hold it up a minute. So there is our spiral in our really cool... I need to put this on a bust, I think. I don't know where my busts are. I've been doing so many projects. But let me scoot some of these over so we have a little more room. I'm working on setting up a new area in the house so I can do a finished jewelry update. Oops. Our little guy came loose. Oh, look, see, he's got a little spot there that we missed. No big deal, we can fix that. I didn't close my spiral enough. No worries. So make sure you close it all the way so it doesn't go anywhere. I think that turned out pretty cool. I like the spiral. You could also add beads. If you are so inclined, you could add seed beads if you really wanted to get, you know, adventurous, or you want to do extra credit. I love these table cut beads. Those kind of turned out fun in this whole necklace. It just picks up a little bit of that green. Remember we did get a little bit of green in the bag. It was a deeper green. And hang on, I'm trying to get a good grip on this so we can see it. But I like all the colors. It's pretty much picked up all our colors, I think. I love the glowing beads. That's a lot of fun. You could actually dangle something here if you wanted. A little star down there would be cute. If not, I like this. I'm going to do more of this idea. I love this. We're going to try and do that in some earrings. I think it'd be really cool to have this and then have some dangles go right through the middle of that with some stars. Let me know what you think. That's kind of the thing I'm thinking of. So anyway, that was not hard to make. You know, you just wrap your 20 gauge wire around a pen or anything round that you have, a Sharpie maybe, you know, and make a little loop at the end, anchor with some beads, and string on through there. And it's a pretty cool looking technique. So you'll probably be seeing more of that from me. And this turned out, you know, for something I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. I think that turned out all right. And actually, you could have just put a chain on that and been done with it. Because it is already so intricate. So I like to be a little extra, what can I say? So I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for some more creations with our palette here, with our Bargain Bead box, Midnight Skies, which is so gorgeous. And I have more videos coming up this week, some unboxings and some other fun projects, so be on the lookout for those. Have a great evening. Take care of your sweet selves and your families and be safe. And I will see you on the next video.